Welcome back, class, to another live stream of Animation Collab, where I experiment with new techniques in my animation laboratory. My name is Sonja and I'm a motion designer. If you haven't already, subscribe. We live stream every Tuesday and Friday, and I'm saying we like we're a team. I have multiple live streaming series. Today is going to be Animation Collab. Fridays I do Shut Up and Draw. And if you'd like to support me, you can give this video a thumbs up, you can subscribe, you can comment below, and you can share this video with your friends. It helps me out a lot. And if you can't access any of the links in the description, YouTube sometimes has problems with this, and Twitch as of late has not allowed me to create highlights. So those are disappearing videos. But if you would like to catch up on any of the past streams, they are available on my YouTube channel as replays, so you can catch up on any of the previous streams and series and collaborations. I have multiple collaborations as part of the Animation Collab series, and today we're going to continue the collaboration with Andy for the cybersecurity video that I'm helping him out with. Andy has his own YouTube channel, which you can also check out in the description, and he does cybersecurity videos, mostly screen captures, which is why we've collaborated on this video together, and I'm helping him with the animation of his upcoming video. We've done a little bit of animation already. We've mostly done storyboarding and illustration work. Today is going to be an animation stream, so I'm going to be animating the scene that we set up together last Tuesday. So let's jump in. I hope you can hear me well. You should be able to, and yeah, everything should work as expected. So this is the scene that we've prepared so far, and it looks something like this. Hi, welcome. Oh, right. Yeah, so there's the little Andy character, and there is the animation of that title. And this title template is actually available to my patrons. I've created a project file, an After Effects project file, where I have all of the expressions inside to make this title template work. And also we played around with a little bit of animation without keyframes for the padding, so that can become customizable and responsive essentially once I create an essential graphics something. What is it called? Essential graphics. Yeah, so once I add all of the properties to the essential graphics panel, I can make this template a template that I can use multiple times, which I will have to use multiple times because we have this title available, or it will be used multiple times in this animation. And if you'd like to access this file, this project file, including all of the expressions that are in this file for use, for studying, for whatever you like, just to have a look at how this all works together, you can head over to my Patreon. The link is in the description, but again, if it doesn't work, just go to my website and you'll find a link to my Patreon there. Hi, welcome. And yeah, we have different levels of support. Basically, what this means, all patrons have access to more or less the same things and definitely have access to all of the assets and After Effects files. The only difference in the different tiers is your level of support, as you'll be supporting me in creating free content for you, being able to stream for YouTube and Twitch, doing these live streams, potentially creating free tutorials on for YouTube as well. So this is what you would help me support with. What? You would help support me with your donation on Patreon, and that's what that goes towards. So if you'd like to do that, you can head over to Patreon. I also have a Ko-fi, that's KO_FI. Let me see if I can drop that in the chat. And that's basically like Patreon, only that they are one-off donations rather than a monthly subscription. But don't feel like you have to support me monetarily. It's much appreciated when you arrive to the live stream. Give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. That does a lot as well. Okay, let's jump in. So the scene we had prepared is this miter attack scene. That was the little circle, if you remember. And I need to open the storyboard, I think. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually open the... Sorry. Yeah, I think this is the full storyboard. So we've got Andy coming in, then we have this title coming in, then we have the logo, which, yeah, that I also added already. And actually, yeah, this, I didn't prep this. So this is scene 2. I kind of need to set up this scene as well. But I decided to set this up as a template. So let's have a look if I finished that already or not. So attack framework, I already set up that template file. Yeah, so we're doing motion graphics animation here, and I'm working on a explainer video for cybersecurity together with a friend of mine, Andy, who has a cybersecurity YouTube channel. So that's what I am doing today, and you can watch me animate that work. I've also created the storyboard. I've used illustrations from Undraw to create the designs, and yeah, this is where we're at the moment. So this is the framework, and I have everything set up. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to import this framework. Let me... I think I need to... let me see. Okay. So, actually, I'm just adapting the view a little bit so you can see the top of my screen, but not any unnecessary... Huh. Okay. Let's see. This way you should be able to see everything. Let me just scroll in here. I'll zoom in here a little bit. Sorry for the jumping of the screen there. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're in After Effects right now. Very cool. Have you ever tried? You can take classes to learn it. I do them myself, if that's something you're interested in. Okay, so what do we have here? So first we have this, and then we should also have the logo. Great. So the logo is in here as well. And let's bring in that template. So I have a templates folder over here, and I'm just going to drop that template in here, and I want to use composition retain layer sizes. So there's 3 options here, and I want this in the middle, and it's bringing in all of that. And I definitely want to, yeah, sure. Okay, so I've got the template here. I'm going to duplicate it because I don't want to use my original in case I want to reset something. So I'm always creating a duplicate and I'm bringing it in here. And first thing I would like to do is make some adjustments to this comp, because the comp starts at 0, but actually I want this comp to start at 59 seconds so that I have some leeway to the back. And I don't know how long I decided. Actually, now that I have Andy's audio, we can find out how long this video is going to be. So it's approximately 7 minutes. Oh dear, oh god, it's much longer than I anticipated. So let's see. Okay, so we actually need to make everything at least 7 minutes long. I don't think the 7 minutes is everything that he's talking about. Maybe it is, I don't know, because there's also a screen capture portion that Andy is going to add to his video that doesn't include the animation, but so I'm not sure if that includes that or not, but it's almost 8 minutes. Okay, let's go for 8 minutes length on all the comps, because it's better to have the comps longer than to have them too short. So let's say 1 minute is for the 1 minute leeway until it arrives at 1 hour, which makes it like a 0. If you're interested in what I'm talking about with this start time code and leeway and 1 minute and 1 hour stuff, do let me know. I can go over that. But if you're also interested in learning more about motion graphics and animation, I do into depth about this method of mine in my first class, which is I'm gonna have to go to my website. So if you go to my website to courses, it's this very first class of mine, Be More Efficient in Adobe After Effects. And in some of the other classes I mention it as well, but I go into depth into that, and you can try that class out for 14 days if you're subscribing on Skillshare. So you can find out all about this method in that class if you're interested. But other than that, let's jump back in here and let's make that 9 minutes, because I want to arrive at 1 hour. This is the beginning of my comp. And then from that point onward, that comp is then somehow not the right amount of minutes long. Okay, let's see what happened there. Okay, I must have been in a different comp, so I want this to be 9. There we go. And now from this 1 hour, which we pretend is 0, the end is then 8 minutes long. That's what we want. I'm gonna make everything, all of the layers that long, and I'm going to add these changes to the other ones. Okay, this is the one I had changed. Okay, so this is now 9 minutes long, but we're probably not gonna need that. But what we will need is to adapt this here as well. So Control K is to enter the composition settings window, and now all of that is also 8 minutes long. Now the comps don't all need to be 8 minutes long, because most of the time the comps, okay, let's go into the main animation. Normally, why does this have a time remapping? Normally what happens, let me adjust this comp and then I will tell you what normally happens. So somewhere around here. Not sure why this has a time remapping, but 7 minutes and 37 seconds, I think. Let's put that there. And this also needs to be that long. Actually, I will add that additional frame because I don't like it when I go to the end of my comp and it isn't a round number where you currently can't actually see it because my face is there. But yeah, normally over here you have a time code, and if I made this exactly 8 minutes long, or 9 minutes in this case, it would be at 7 minutes. I think this is the case here. 7 minutes, 95 seconds, and 24 frames because that one frame is missing. So I add an extra frame just to be at a round number, but that's, you know, that's not necessary. Usually, that's just one of my habits. So I'm gonna do that here as well. So these are some of the workflow things that I try to adhere to when I animate. So this is not necessarily the animation part, but in my opinion, still pretty important. So what I wanted to say was, and this goes up until 27:37. So what happens is when you have multiple, and this is the perfect example here, when I have multiple comps and they are not all the full length of the animation, they kind of cut off here. So this one, this dark green one, is shorter than this this orange one. I'll show you that in the zoomed in version. Let me show you here. So you should be able to see that here. So this one's shorter, and I don't really like if it's like this. It's kind of messy and they kind of stop. And sometimes when you then decide, oh no, this scene needs to be longer, then you have to go into the composition settings and make the scene longer, and then the layers are cut off where it previously was cut off. Like it's a whole thing. So what I do is I just make all of my compositions the full length of what the video should be, and then I can just crop them when I don't want to see them anymore. They don't have to have a shorter length. I prefer working that way. Okay, so let's now go in and animate this framework. So first thing we need to do is this, the title is just a guide layer because we already have the title animated. So we can just turn this on or off, doesn't matter. Let's give all of these layers label group colors. So let's make this guy this color, and let's have him, I'll give him a controller, and this is now control prof. This little character now has a controller, and then we have all of these items. I think these are all of the circles and the other things. So let's make this blue. I don't quite understand your question. What is this going to look like? This is going to be an animated explainer video. So this character is going to move, these elements are going to be animated onto the screen, and so on. So, oh no, it looks like, yep, I did not set up everything completely. So the column actually needs to be separated out. So I need to do that now. Right, yeah, it's a process. So I'm going through all the steps of the process until we get to a final animation. It takes a little bit of time and patience, so it's not something that you'll be able to see with a button click. Animation needs to be set up, it needs to be moved, keyframes need to be added, and eventually you'll see the animated piece. Okay, so let me give this... I don't want to use green because that's my controller color. And this is the screen. Let's make this I don't know. I like to use colors that actually look like the graphics, but sometimes I run out of colors. And the backgrounds, I usually make them brown. And I might as well lock it because I'm not going to touch it anymore. Cool. So this column, I failed to set it up. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go in here, ungroup this, and let's hope it doesn't break when I try to add all of the layers in the middle of this. So this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to only turn on all the column items, and then I can use my rename layers script to rename them at the same time. And now I can save this, and hopefully After Effects is not gonna crap out. Yep, so it doesn't recognize the column anymore. That's totally fine. What I do want though, I want that column graphic, so I'm going to import it, and I am going to import it as a separate comp, because then I can copy all of these items out and they are placed in the same position, which is what I want. So excellent, and let's just make this yellow, and this should be the top. Okay, excellent. And now the very important part is copying over all of the layer links. So the assets need to be copied over, because if I delete this folder, all of those layers will be deleted as well. So we're copying that in, we're deleting this out because we don't need that anymore. And then we will remove that. Cool. And now we have everything. And I thought maybe we could do like a... I have a preset in here which has the inertial bounce. It has the inertial bounce expression added to the scale automatically. So what happens is it bounces up, but this is really slow. Maybe this needs to bounce a little bit more. I can then just kind of go in and adjust the amplitude or the frequency. Actually, I don't want the amplitude to be more. I maybe just want the frequency to be a little stronger. Whoa, hey. Oh, I changed it to 12 instead of to 2. Okay. Okay, and once that is bounced open, we can have... I wonder if I should parent them to each other so they can kind of slide out of each other one by one. Let's see. So what you can't see right now is that I'm parenting all of these layers to the previous one, to each of the previous ones. And now when I add a position keyframe and I go forward, I don't know, 20 frames or something, and I adjust the Y, they kind of scooch into one another, as you can see. And I want this one to actually be at the top, I think. I want all of them to be the other way around, basically. Yep, like this, okay. So ooh, something went wrong here. That should be parented to 16. Should be 5. Yeah, see, this is one of the reasons I had the other view. So instead of having this one, let me switch back to the other view so you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. So, oh no, I'm upside down. Okay, this isn't quite working because I've made a bunch of changes. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to duplicate the screen. And where am I? And I'm going to flip this to the other side, and then you'll be able to see together with this. Ta-da! And now I'm over here. Okay. So now I'm just gonna have to flip between the sides so you can see. So, it's this one and it's that one. Excellent. Now you can see the columns and the layers. Yeah. Cool. I will bring this up a tad more. Just because... Oh, what did I delete? Okay, I think I deleted nothing. I hope I deleted nothing. Alright, so they should now all be at the same level here. But it's actually, I'll put them all at the same level, but they should actually be at a different level. So need to adjust that as well. Okay. And why is this one at 10? So that's at 10. But that would probably mean that all of the other ones should also be at 10. Not exactly. All right. Seven. Okay. So for some reason, all of the rest should be at 7. Cool. And the keyframes should actually be the other way around. So let's flip those. And let's see. And let's just give this an easy ease. I do need to drag this down a little bit, otherwise I can't see my motion 3 easy ease options. And let's see what that looks like. Oh, something went awry. There's like this weird gap going on. Let's turn off this character so we can see what's happening here. Uh-huh. So something's up here with this one. Huh. So something went wrong here. Okay. Okay, here we go. And now I can cut these layers, first of all, because they don't appear until the first keyframe, which is here. And then I can also sequence them. And for sequencing, I usually use the Dojo shifter. And since we're working at 25 frames per second, let's go for like between 3 and 5. That's usually a good amount. That might even be too much because it's so many of these layers. Yeah, that's super slow. Okay, let's instead go 2 or even 1 maybe. The other way around. Maybe just 1. I think we need to go 20 frames on this animation instead of 10 frames for this animation instead of 20. Just it's taking a little bit too long, so let's just go. And also the first keyframe doesn't need to be eased. That can just be a linear keyframe. And then it looks more like that. Okay, and I think this column should be its own composition. Attack framework column. And I usually color in my template comps in this dark green so that I can see them here. They're in dark green, and when I drag them into my other comps, they also appear dark green, and I managed to switch the view somehow. Okay, so switch back to this view. Okay, so now I can, where are we? This one. Now I can use this column multiple times. That's great. Oh, one other thing before I do that, I'll grab this column and I'll bring it back here. I don't need this right now. Let's close that. Let's bring it back here because I'm going to have to place this. I want to make this comp much smaller, so it really only encompasses this, these assets. So I don't like this transparent background. All right, let's make it like this big, and then I can go to composition and crop comp to region of interest, and then I usually still go in and make it like, you know, nice round numbers, so it makes a bit more sense. And then, because I just changed the size of this, is gonna jump to a whole different place, and to fix that I can turn this into a 3D layer. Oh, yikes. That did something funny. So usually it doesn't do that with the weird jump. Oh no. Position. Why did it do that? Okay, this used to be my trick, just to turn on the 3D layer and then turn on the 3D on this, and that way I could align this by that one asset, but now it's not letting me do that for some reason. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Why is it jumping to a different position? That's ridiculous. That's really annoying. Oh, but I can still use it to do my little tricks, so okay. Let's do that then. And yeah, both of these have to have the 3D on. And that way I can use this 3D to line those two up. That way they're lined up, and then I can turn the 3D off again. And everything's the same. Yay. So that's my little trick to align two assets outside of different comps. And so now we have one column. Wow, it's taking a really long time for this animation all of a sudden. Why is that? And now when I duplicate a layer, I can hold Alt and pick whip it to the previous one, and then it will offset the position by the same amount. Ooh, I just realized I was too far down the screen for you to see the layers. Let me... Hello? Oh, I can't scroll down far enough. I'm gonna have to move the screen. Whoops, not this screen. Let me move this screen so you can see a little bit more of that. There we go. Okay, so what I did was I duplicated this column, I shifted it along, and then I parented it, pick whipped it to this column. And then I alt pick whipped this one to that. But now something else weird happened. So let me undo that and just show you exactly what I did. Okay. So I duplicated this layer here, this dark green one. Then I dragged this over here while holding Shift. Then I parented it to this one, and then I duplicated this one and held Alt while pick whipping to the column before, and then it shifts the column over and creates the same distance. But now that we actually decided to... Oh, this is a little high somehow. Where was this before? Yeah, I shifted it way down. That's strange. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shift these down. They're way too close to the text. But anyway, let's keep going. Actually, there's a certain amount of these columns. So let's have a look. I think I'm gonna have to open the original storyboard, or at least Andy's framework here, his draft storyboard. That's what it was. Okay, so I think he has an image of the original framework. Yeah, so the original framework looks something like this, and it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 columns. Yikes, I don't know if I can fit 13 columns here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Oh, maybe I can. 10. Oh, wait. 11. Ugh. D. Come on. 12. I can fit 13, but then I'm gonna have to make them smaller. That's okay. Let's actually do that now. Let's just make these smaller. And we can also drag them down here. Oh, no, that wasn't a good idea because now the entire structure doesn't fit. Okay. So, all of these items actually also have to fit this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add a controller to this. I'll drag this up to above everything that's supposed to be controlled by this. And all of these are supposed to be according to that. And they're going to have to be repositioned anyway. I didn't quite think of that, but yeah. So I'm gonna have to reposition, I'm gonna have to reshape these arrows as well, but we'll get to that, we'll get to that. So let's get to a position where this is fully animated. Then I'm going to scale this down. They feel far apart. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. Because these are all... Yeah. Actually, I just realized, yeah. They don't need to be smaller. They just need to be in the right position. And the right position being closer together. Okay. So yeah, this way I at least don't have to make them smaller, but now the positioning doesn't quite line up. So let's see where they are right now. Apart from this one, they should all be 250. Ah, I see. I'm looking at the wrong one. So X. Oops. Okay, so that's probably about right. Alrighty. Now let's bring that controller back. can bring this down. Should definitely be further this way. I feel like it should be lower down, and then that arrow that's now reaching out here, that should be smaller. So I think I'm gonna make that change. And apart from that, I'm gonna now have to realign these because I created uneven amounts of columns. And yeah. I'm just going to eyeball these. Whoops. Okie dokie. Now this arrow's gonna have to be shorter as well, I think, unless I can push it over a little bit. Because this needs to be in a different position. Yeah, this definitely doesn't quite work. So it's gonna get shortened. And the item 5. Okay, so let's see how that... So they obviously don't come in at the same time, so they need a little bit of shifting. Let's say 2 keyframes. Let's see what that does. And they will not all be the same length either, so let's mask them out. Let's see. So this one has like these first 3, they have approximately the same amount, and this one's short. Okay, first 4. Okay, so this one's quite short. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna whack a mask on this and hope that I can just mask it out like this. And actually now I realize that this whole position needs to be somewhere else. I worked off of the original storyboard and I'm gonna have to make some changes to it. So and I'm also a little bit doubtful how this is going to work because it's obviously masking out an animation that's supposed to happen past it. See, there's like this stretching going on that doesn't look great. So yeah, I'm not sure. I know how I can do it though. So let's not do it like this. Let's instead, there's a few ways I can do it. I can create a template layer out of this. And I can turn it on and off with a slider. Okay, let's create a null object. And I'm going to add a slider control to this. It's going to be number of items, and it's going to be this one. Value. Okay, from 1 to, how many items do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's say 25 and add one more column to this. Why can't I see them? Oops. Excellent. Height. How's that? Oh, whoops. Oh no. Undo. Let's see. Let's move this up to the top. So if I change the column, I can, you know what? I'm just gonna push this up a little bit. Then I'm gonna have to adjust these here again, but that's easier than what? Why are the items all following? Oh, I see. Okay. I need to do this. Now I can adjust the positioning a little bit. Now I'm going to give this, no, this one, an expression. Let's see if I can figure out an expression for this. It'd be great if I could do an index expression. So let's call the slider control first. So the slider control is the slider. And let's write a conditional statement. If slider equals index -2, I think, then I want this to be 100. Else I want this to be 0. Let's see if that works. No, it's either 3. No, I think no, that's the wrong calculation. Okay. I don't know if I have the calculation that I would like saved somewhere. Let me have a look in my expressions archive. Yeah, I don't think I have this. Okay, give me a second. I think I can find this from a tutorial somewhere. I'll be right back. I'll try and find it. All right, I've got it. So the issue with that was, hang on, let me switch here for a second. Okay. All right. There we go. I just wanted to move this over here. Okay, so I did have the right idea with the index. The only thing that wasn't, let me go into the larger screen view. Okay, let me zoom this into this expression. Okay, so for the equals to work correctly, I only had one equal sign, but in this case, I need two equal signs. If it's not a statement, if it's a calculation, I need two equal signs. And I also, so that works. When it's at 1, it shows me, so if my slider up here is at 1, it shows me that column. If it's at 2, it doesn't show me that column. And also if it's at 0, it doesn't show me that column, because right now it's only showing me that column at 1. So I need to change this first 0 to be larger than. So if it's larger than or equals, then it's going to show this layer. So now if I go up here and I change this to 2, it will still show it. If I go to 0, it will not show it. So that's excellent. And now I don't need to make any changes to this expression. I can just copy it, because I'm using index is using the layer number. So the amount of layers, let's go back. So it's going to use the amount of layers and their position. So I don't need to add a specific changed expression to affect the different layers differently, because that's going to happen with the index number of that layer. So if I had, yeah, so this is the index number. This is the tiny numbers left of the layer name and right of the little color square. So that's what I'm gonna do. Select label group, and I can just paste that expression. Excellent. And one other thing maybe which I should probably do is add a math round. Dot round. And I don't know if I can just add the math round to this like that or not, because actually I would need to affect this one. Ah, but that's okay. Yeah, so it's just going to calculate 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4, and even if I'm in between, it's not gonna trigger the next one until I'm at 5. But I don't know if that math round actually makes a difference. So let's remove that, because I think it's still working that way. So see, yay. And now I can, and if I put 25, it's going to show me all of them. And now I can put that slider in graphics, essential graphics. So column. And I can add that slider to the item number, or number of items. And then I can go in here and I can individually say how many items I can bring the essential graphics, essential properties in this case. And this one, you know what? Like that. I can show all of them. And this one should have, now I can actually go by the exact number. Not exactly, because I only have a maximum of 25 and the longest one is 37. So we're not going to do it exact. Andy said it's okay if it's not exact, but for the lower numbers we can go less. See, and now I can adjust all of the numbers. Yay! Isn't that great? This one has 6 and this one has 9. The third one has 9. And now I can individually have them. And now pay attention to these first 3 columns. Now there's no awkward animation. The animation works perfectly, but it just doesn't show the rest of the columns that come after that. So there's no awkward masking and seeing items, assets move past the mask and stuff like that. So that's nicely cut off. And I think this one's 10. I'm not sure. It's 9. It could be 10. I mean, doesn't really matter. This one's 9. The next one's 10. Wait. This one's 10. So it's 9, then it's 10, 6, 9, 10, 18. And the longest one is just going to be 25. 12. I think this is the longest one, so that's just going to be the 25. Let's go all the way to the end so we can actually see all of them. Yeah, the 37 one is just going to be the 25 one, and all the other ones are going to have the correct number. 14. This one's also 25. So those are just going to be the same amount. Or I can make the 25 be 20, so it appears a little shorter than this one, even though it's kind of going off screen and you can't really see, but yeah, it's okay. So the next one has a 9. And 17, 16, and 9. So this one's, wait, I think I'm running out of, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Don't I have 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. I have miscalculated somewhere. I think this 25 should... That's the 4th from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be 9. So I missed out on one. Then it's 17, 16, and 9. 17, 16, and the last one has 9. Whoops. Yay! And now I need to make some adjustments because some of these, I don't even know if this one is in the right order. Yeah, so that's in a position where there is none. So I'm definitely gonna have to reshuffle some of these because this design is still based on the temporary design from the storyboard. So I need to adjust some of them. Oh no, wait. That's the last item and the last circle, not arrow. Circle needs to go down a little bit. And I think this one's also not... Yeah, this one also needs to come up. I think these circles can be a different color too. Maybe we can make them aqua or something. So the third one needs to come up as well. And this one definitely needs to come up. So it's 6 and 6. Oh, that's the arrow. Nope. Okay, so this one needs to come way up. Let's use the last one here. And this one as well. So maybe I can just turn this one around. Let's use the... Actually, yeah, I'm gonna flip this one. Flip horizontally. No. I'm never sure if it's horizontally or vertically because it's different between the different Adobe products. So that's super annoying. Actually, minus 45 maybe? Yeah, that's probably the right amount. Maybe it's 15. Nope. Yeah, more like that probably. So we can go from this one to that one. Maybe I can go this way. Nope, that arrow is definitely too huge. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just have to create new arrows, to be honest. Yep, this is also way too big. This one almost works, but not quite. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use shapes instead of linking these. The only reason I didn't want to use shapes is because they have this like really nice brush effect on them, these arrows, and I guess I could, well, now After Effects allows tapering, so yeah, maybe I'll just bring these in and then taper the strokes. Why don't I just do that? I'll just bring in all of these arrows and then I'll just use Overlord, push them onto here, and oh no, it pushed them as one item. Okay. If I use split shapes, then also the groups are going to be split. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do one layer at a time. Oh no, those are the circles. Oh, okay, I did the circles and the arrows. Okay, fine. I don't need the circles. Maybe. For now, let's not keep the circles. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is it has this, and what's the thickness of that? It's just 1. Okay, so it's a thickness of 1. I think it actually doesn't. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so now what I would like to do, actually the thickest part of this is probably like 5, even more. 7, 10. No, not 10. 8, 7. Okay, let's stick with 7, and then I'm gonna taper the ends. So let's see if I can achieve that. Taper. Start. Taper 100%. Oh no, there's still... But that's a circle, that's not an arrow. Damn it. Okay. Right. So let's taper this 100%. Didn't do anything. Maybe a bit much. What I would also like is I'm gonna get my butt capper. And I'm going to round everything. No, actually, I want it hard, but I want the corners to be rounded. Let's see if that was... if that did what I wanted it to do. Okay, so maybe I don't want it to be tapered 100%. Maybe more like 25. And then... 55. Yeah, that's kind of like that, right? What's the start ease? Ah. Okay. 35 maybe? And now I still need to figure out this guy. So I think I'm just gonna copy this taper onto this. And maybe I should have worked with the width rather than with the length. I don't know. This is all a little overwhelming. No, actually, I want the start and the end to be 0%, so I guess that kind of works out. No, I do want the start and end to be 0. I just want them to be tapered at different strengths. Guess I want the start ease to be a little more. Yeah, something like that, I guess. Need to adjust the positioning of this arrowhead a little bit. That's probably close enough. Maybe I can add a little bit of... whoops, no, no, no. No, I do not want that. Almost. Yeah. All right, cool. So I recreated that arrow, and now I can basically reshape it however I want. The only thing I should probably also add is the expression to the stroke width, so that one stays the same. No, I don't want the stroke width to fade. Stroke, same width when scaling. And this expression is also part of the auto scale animation template that you can access as a patron if you like. So let's add that to the stroke width so that I can just work with the scale instead of working with the path. And then a stroke width, where is that? Here. And you know what? I'm just gonna stroke width. And I'm just gonna add that to all the stroke width, that I have on here. B. And then I can copy. Wait, now I highlight the group again and I search for taper again. And I want to copy this taper to all of the arrowheads. Let's go up here. This is double grouped, I wonder why. Ah, and also they need to be slightly in a different position now. So I need to have a look at that later as well and adjust that. Okay, and now this first taper for the arrow body. Nice. I come from a time where After Effects didn't have this taper option and you had to do a lot of tricks and magic to get a line to be tapered. So this is absolutely a luxury for me. Alright, now all the arrows look like the other arrows, and now I can just use trim paths to animate them. Yay. And also I need to place them. Let's just place them where they were originally, and then I can place them in a different position later. Okay, so these should all be blue. And they should be here, and they should be parented to this. Oh no, now they have different numbers. Oh, that's terrible. Oh no. I think I don't have all of them either, for some reason. So I'm going to rename them because first, I'm gonna bring them back anew. Because the numbers relate to the items and the circles, so I don't want to have to try and figure out which arrow is the correct arrow. Yeah, so nope. So I'm gonna rename these. 2, 3, 4, 6. And yeah, I'm just missing 7. So I'm gonna get rid of these. Yay. And what? I have a double here? No. What's this one? Oh, I have this one. Okay, so I do have one of them? I don't know if I'm maybe missing... Oh, I deleted one of the circles. No! See, and this is why I have the original templates here. So now I can go back into my attack framework thing and I can bring this... Oh, that's why. Because it's called arrow, but it's actually a circle. I see. I see. And that's why they're all numbered wrong. I see. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this over here. I'm gonna call this circle. And that's temporarily going to... okay, it's not gonna allow me to do that. Because the files are linked. That's fine. I can just do that later, and then temporarily it will break, but then I can fix it again. So it's not a big deal. Alrighty then. Where are we? We were here? Yes? Yes. So let's crop that. So we have one circle missing, but you know what? I don't have to relink that circle. The circles are all the same, so I'm just gonna bring this circle over here. Yep, there we go. Cool. So now I need to maneuver these around. So let's see. I would like this one to come from the top, then bend down to the right. So let's flip this. Yep, that's exactly what I would like. And now I can just adjust the path. Yay! Why is there like a double path thing? Okay. Alrighty. Yay! And then I can change this too. I can change this to be here. Then actually I think we can turn this one around. And rotate a little bit, maybe like minus 30 degrees. And then I don't even have to touch that one, but I do need to change the arrowhead a little tiny bit. There we go. I think I need to swap some of these paths around because I don't want the... Oh, not this one. Because I want the thick part to be where the arrowhead is. And it's the same thing for this guy. Yep. I could probably just shrink it, maybe? No, but then the arrowhead becomes smaller as well. So maybe not. Maybe I'll just shrink this. Oh, no. Not exactly what I had in mind. More like this. Okay. And then we can maybe rotate it. Minus 15. Yeah, that's better. More like this. All right, I think all of them are now in a good position. Let's save this and let's add some animation. More animation. Because first of all, I want all of this to fold open. So I want this entire thing to fold open. So let's see. I probably... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna add this to... a subcomp. So, pre-comp. Tag framework screen. Okay. What did I do? Copy V. Okay, and I would like to make it smaller. probably okay. Ooh. Now I want to recenter everything. So I can just hit Control Home. That's going to bring this to the center of the screen. And it's not quite big enough. Let's go 850 on this. And just to give myself a little bit of leeway, let's go 1650 on this. There we go. And then I'm going to have to reset this here. And for that, I'm going to turn the 3D layer on this. Then also on the screen here. And then I can reset this to this screen. Question is, where is it? Oh, I see. So this is currently a guide layer. I can't see guide layers when I'm outside of that comp. So I'm gonna turn that on temporarily and then try and find the center of this gray screen. And this layer also needs to be a 3D layer. And I managed to switch screens again. Okay, here we go. Oh, I moved the layer. Excellent. I did not mean to do that. Doesn't feel like it's in the right position. But I guess it is. I hope it is. So the bars should be on top of that. Okay. Now I can turn the 3D off. And I can also make this a guide layer again and turn the 3D off. Save that. And now I can mask this entire thing with the screen by using, let's make this slightly smaller over here. And let's go to the effects and presets and find set matte. Gonna add this to this, and the set matte is going to be the screen. So that I'm gonna put this up at the top. And the pull tab is going to be parented to the bottom bar. And the entire thing is going to be controlled by a controller. So the screen are all going to be controlled by this controller. Save. Okay. What I would like to happen is for this to be at the top position. This screen to be at 0. Oh, the set mat does not seem to be working. Oh, because it has to be like that. Okay. Okay, and now it's something like this. And position. Oh, where are my little curves? Where are my preset curves? That's so strange. That's odd. Oh, it's because it's too long, I see. There we go. There are my preset curves again. Okay. And then I would like this to be pushed forward by like 1, 2, maybe. Oops, no. Okay. Maybe I want this at 100 actually. Maybe this is easy ease. It seems that this is not moving. Oh yeah, okay. I didn't parent this to the screen, so that needs to be moving at the same time. And then I would like this to slightly rotate, maybe. Let's rotate this 25. And then let's do a loop out ping pong with keyframes, num keys. I forget how this works. Property num keyframes equals. Okay, num keys. Can I use num keys? Is that going to work? And I just wanted to loop the last 2 sets, so the 2 spaces at the end. So then it would be... Okay, no. So it's 25. No, so num keys 1. So that way it can have an in animation without the in animation always looping. So now it's just looping these last 2 keyframes. So let's have a look at that. Okay, that's a little long, so or a little fast rather. Maybe we do have to go to 25 first, and then to -5, and then to 5. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. I'll zoom in here so you can see that better. Come on. Maybe it just has a bounce. But I like the overall animation of this. Maybe we'll just add a bounce instead of a loop keyframe. So let's see. So maybe let's remove this one. Start with this, and this is 0. And I can use... Hello? Okay. I can use just the expression of my pop-up bounce. I can just add this to the rotation of this, and let's see. Oh, okay. Nothing happened. -25. Okay, I guess maybe this needs to be 5 frames after all. Maybe 10 frames is too soft of an entrance. And I'd like this to bounce for quite some time, the decay to be a little bit longer. And then I will make this 2, and I will make this 5. Okay, 5, maybe too strong. 3. Let's see. Nope, that doesn't work. I know it's a very small detail, this little strand, but the small details are what brings the animation to life. That's why I'm kind of faffing around with this a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at that in big. Actually, maybe the columns could be a little bit more, a little further apart. Let's save this. The animation of the columns, not the columns themselves, but they are running into each other a little bit too much. It's like too much like a waterfall. Let's make this 2 frames. Oh, I see. It actually has to start with that one. Okay. Let's see what that does. Okay, I think the keyframes are too slow. What's the velocity on this? Okay, maybe we do need to start with 75, 75. It needs to have a bit of an oomph. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, it didn't render all the way. Oh, it did render all the way, but it takes a bit longer now. Let's see. What I also like to do sometimes is to add an end keyframe in the comp so that I know that this is where the animation ends. And this might change over time. And when you added a comp, a marker in a comp, and that comp is a pre-comp, you can right-click on the markers and update markers from source. That way it adds that marker to, oh, wherever it ends, but it didn't end yet. So actually I need to update the markers here. That way I can see that the column and now I can update this from source. This is where the column animation finishes. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. There is still maybe a little bit of tweaking with the keyframes. I think they finish a little bit abrupt, and I think that's because this is only 10 frames. Am I right? Yeah, this is only 10 frames, and usually for this to be smooth, it would need to animate for 20 frames, but that's really long. So I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I mind that this is that it animates this way. We'll see. We'll see down the line. This is not the time to really add refinements right now. This is the time to really go through, animate everything, and then add refinements right at the end. So yeah, so this is how far we've gotten. Speaking of, if we're thinking of terms of storyboard, we've now animated this first line and the second line, and next time we can animate this third scene. So this is now actually the second scene, and I can add that here. So let's add a new composition, and this is the attack framework. And yeah, I think what I'm not going to do is animate. I need to change. Oh yeah, this is correct. What I'm not going to do is... Oh, why is this a different size? Oh, okay. That's a weird different size. All right. So we still would need to animate these arrows and these items that are actually not part of this scene. They are part of the scene after that. So what I'm gonna do is I'll animate this part somewhere down the line in this composition, and then I can use time remapping keyframes to drag that to where I need it to happen, or just crop the comp to that part of the animation. So I'm not going to do that now. We'll keep that for the next time. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream and maybe you learned something new. Let me know what you think of the nifty trick of the slider control that shows and reveals assets or layers in this case. Did you like that? Is that something, if you are an animator who uses expressions, is that something you might use? Is that something that's new to you? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you'd like to support me, you can give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out, as well as subscribe to this channel. I think currently 60 or 70% of all my viewers are not subscribed to this channel. What are you doing? If you enjoy my content, subscribe, and please share my videos. If you think you know somebody who might benefit from these kind of life process videos, or maybe would like to ask a motion designer questions about how a certain thing works, then send them my way. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch currently, and all the past replays are on my YouTube channel. All the past replays of previous live streams, you can watch all of those on my YouTube channel. So yeah, stop by. We are streaming every Tuesday and Friday. Join the class, enjoy yourself, and maybe learn something new. This Friday we're going to do another Shut Up and Draw, where I will be doing some hand lettering. Well, digital hand lettering. So if that's something that interests you, stop by on Friday for Shut Up and Draw. Until then, see you soon. Bye!